This is the exact reason why you shouldn't just try to get a neutral grip and neutral wrist angles to try to play good golf, because this high level golfer has a cupped lead wrist at the top of the backswing and can still flush it. And the reason why that's important is because if you had a lead wrist like he does here, you would think that the club face would be open. But in this position here, it's most certainly not open. And so when we look at this, we need to ask ourselves, well, how is that being created? And he's offsetting this cupped lead wrist with a slightly stronger grip at setup, and that's totally okay. But for most amateur golfers at this top of the backswing positioning, if we're seeing this cupped wrist, what's going to happen is on the way down, their cupped wrist will start to steepen the shaft on the way down. However, if you look at this player's golf swing, you can see that the club shaft is in a pretty awesome and shallow positioning. But how did he get that with still cupping that lead wrist? And that's all to do with what the forearms and the trail shoulder is doing as well. And so what you'll notice is that in this position here, we can see quite a lot of the shirt in behind their elbow. And essentially what that means is that his trail shoulder has rotated externally, which just simply means that when he's coming down, this elbow is actually working in towards himself rather than flaring out in the downswing. So think of like a casting or a chicken wing on the way down with that right arm, and that's what would steepen the shaft. But because he's able to do that with this trail shoulder, he's able to keep this club shaft in a good positioning, even with having cupped lead wrist at this position here. And now if you have any questions about your golf swing and want to analyze just like this one here, DM or comment the word analysis on Instagram and I'll send you through the details. And so once you look at this position here, it's actually in an awesome spot where the club shaft will run along the right forearm. The club face angle is in an awesome positioning here where we can see the leading edge is pretty much in line with the spine angle on the way down, and then he's going to get into impact where you get a nice and solid rotated positioning. Now, if this player wanted to improve some things in his golf swing, it could be the fact of working on changing the grip slightly just so that he can have a consistent straighter ball flight. I know this golfer well, and he can sometimes, what he's saying is that he sometimes misses it left, or he can get the odd block out to the right. And sometimes with a club face, that could be pushing the lines of a little bit closed. If this wrist got a little bit more neutral, then that could cause some things to happen from there. But overall, it's a pretty awesome golf swing, and it's interesting just to see how the certain elements of his golf swing match up to still produce an incredible ball flight.